Hello, hello YouTube, hello. My name is my GTTV. Welcome. Please send this to the devs, please, and hit that like button. We pushing for the fuller version of Glaive in this next beta coming out in February. Please. Remember, this is what we got to play with last time. This is what they took out. This is what they promised. This is what we got. Right, for the second beta, this is what they were telling us we're going to get in the game when it comes out. Like, why aren't we getting it now? So please hit that like button and push it, please. And send it to the devs. Hello, devs, if you are here, hello. Please don't take this as an insult or an attack. Please, I understand. Just know how you feel about WoWs whenever someone is mean about it. You know how it hurts your heart. It hurts my heart about Glaive whenever I see all this stuff, so don't take it as an insult. I just play it a lot. And you're probably like, okay, well, how much is a lot? Well, I have a little over 8,200 missions right now as Insect Glaive only, with over a little over 1,700 hours and over a year and a half now. So just about a part-time job for me, right? So I want a full-time, it would be nice. But yeah, I play it a lot. I know it. I've been analyzing it since the beginning of the trailer all the way till now, where we got the aerial increased damage, all this stuff. Yes, there's still problems with it. Yes, there's major problems with it. If you thought it was just a bounce, that wasn't the problem. These are the problems here. We're going to get into it. It's called the Glaive itself. We're going to get into the Kinsect, and then we're going to get into a little bit of realism. That's nothing like crazy. That's like at the very end. We won't talk about it. So, we'll hit at it along the way. But yeah, this is you guys are pushing it really hard. So now that you know who I am, I will say this personally, though. I will not be playing WoWs as an Insect Glaive main. I will go to, I'd rather play GU or just play another game for now. I will play World still, but thank you, though. This is not the way it should be. But the only way I'd come back, though, is if you bring back the reversion, right, that were promised in the real game in this next beta. We got plenty of time, so people, y'all need to be pushing. I don't know why no one's pushing, But yes, we need to, I want it. If we can't get it, then I'm good. Thank you. I already know what's coming. I see what's coming. I don't know what's going to come after the fix of these. So yet, and I don't want to wait till after I've already paid for it, So I'm not being mean, but remember, this is what we got. This is what that was taken out and promised the second time. But remember, this is still a community, though, that's not being able to play the full version of its weapon. That's the problem, right? Everybody else got like 90 to 100%, if not plus 1, 2 of the weapon, right? Maybe Lance had a few problems with like the inputs, but either way, the full weapon was there. It wasn't like y'all took it away and just said, hey, go play with it, So Glaive should right now have if any of them have its full version in this next beta. But if it doesn't, I'm not coming. I'm sorry. I will hit the end of my 10K challenge and on World, and I'm going to move on a little bit and take a break, and I'll come back. But of course, I'll play World, obviously, still, from time to time. I love it. It's a great game. Insect Glaive is amazing. Y'all should have went more Dragoon style like y'all were going, but I don't know what happened. But anyways, that's just me. So yeah. Now that we're done with that rant, it's going to be a long video, as you see. If you've been to my channel, you'll know. If not, welcome. Come on in, get a drink, nice juicy drink, food, whatever. We're going to be a long channel. We're going to be talking like some juicy stuff about Insect Glaive only. I'm an Insect Glaive man, so be ready. Here it comes. You ready? We're talking about the Insect Glaive itself. These right here are just telling you exactly what Glaive is currently in Wilds. And this is after the update as well, obviously, so we know about twirling all that stuff. This is telling you exactly what's wrong. So we're going to get into it. You ready? First and foremost, it is a resource consumer now. On top, or put it like this: we used to be this, right? Aerial, ground, and Kinsect, correct? Now on top of this, we're a resource consumer. And people are like, well, how are we a resource consumer? Well, remember, what happens when you tornado? They get consumed, right? But how do you get it back as fast as possible? LT harvest? Okay. And what's the most powerful attack with Insect Glaive? Tornado. How do we get it back fast? LT harvest. Tornado. Resource consumer. It's the strongest attack. Even with all this twirling and stuff going on, remember, Tornado is still stronger. For Tornado not to be used more than the twirls, Twirl would have to increase the damage that much more. But then the Tornado would just become useless then. And you continue losing triple buff, right? So, but either way, you're consuming triple buff to Tornado to do the most powerful attack for Insect Glaive. Right? Otherwise, you're just being silly. It'd be like Switch Axe and Charge Blade just sitting on your charges. No damage buff, nothing. Just wildly swinging because I don't want to do it because you said it was that way. I don't want to play that way. Well, that's how the weapon's made. It isn't me. This is how the weapon currently functions itself. Right? Like, so I know the heart of the weapon right now. Right? Next. Why are we charging? Why? I have a whole thing up here of what you guys have said, made, all this stuff since GU. After all that, it's been nothing but aerial and nimbleness. Why all of a sudden are we getting charging when everybody else's weapon stayed the same, basically? Like, it's so, why did Glaive get changed? It was like number 6 on the list. Longsword was at number 1 at 23% of your player base in World. That shit should have got a nerf or a fix something. Like, dang. Glaive got charging for what? You're never gonna use it. When? When will you use it? And what I mean, like, as well as the one that really pushes me over the edge of why are y'all even doing this is the one y'all advertised when we got everything, like the one y'all confirmed when we got bouncing everything back on top of the one attack that does that twirl that takes a 3-second charge timer and a 1 second animation. So you're dedicating 4 seconds of your time to that one attack. Why? You'll never use it. Oh, well, here on the ground you use it. Upswing. Because you want to play realism, upswings one, flinch free doesn't stop that one. Good luck. He can come back and bounce and RT down all that stuff, but you got to watch out for upswings. Oh, well, you choose the wrong spot, though. Oh, yeah, because we can't choose the sweet spot, which is normally the head on every boss, right? Like, God forbid. Like, the boss's head will flail. You can possibly miss. Yes, it looked like he could move, though. He was just standing there. It looked like he could move and get locked in. But even then, the locked-in animation, do you stay here when the boss's head's moving around, or here whenever the boss's head's moving around? Whenever you're swinging, does it push you down to the feet where you just down the body, which happens, right, in World. So it's just, you would never do it. On top of this, especially if this does so much more damage, you would never, ever charge. But just because it's so slow, it's so long. Aerial play now, too, on top of that. You bring back bouncing with twirling. We didn't need the twirl. We didn't. I mean, we can take them fine, but if we were ever going to take away bouncing, or if anything, just take away the twirl, we could have kept white and orange bounce from World. That's all we needed. All we needed. We don't even need the twirl. Like, if you want realism, right? But that's all we needed. Just two of them, and the third one you fell out the sky, so you could hit A, B, bounce, A, B, bounce, and the A, dodge, and the B, you remember you could either hit them and then fall, or RT or whatever, you remember that one? So you would have those two plus that one. That's all we needed. That's all you needed for that whole weapon to work. Just a little sprinkle when he took it out. Just a little sprinkle of bounce, and we had it. So, but it still did. That wasn't the full weapon, right? Because then it's just LT Harvest Tornado, just a little bit of synchronization to get into it a little more. That's all it was. So, but either way, you're incentivizing players to twirl now with the increased aerial damage. Now, my question is here. Here's the big kicker that no one's talking about, obviously, because I'm an Insect Glaive main. I will. Here's a big one. Does the buff get strong, or does the buff get so high it gets stronger than the tornado, like I mentioned earlier? Because if it does, the tornado is useless because you sacrifice triple buff. There's no reason to waste your time with that, because then you're just better off just twirling all day, right? Just send a thrust and never ever tornado. Just do the old style, basically. But if it doesn't, why are we even twirling when tornado is the better option when you're doing more damage? You do like 500 to 600 instead of 200 every time, right? Like 500 to 600, 200, 500 to 600, 200. Like it'd be so different, or it'd be like this, right? Damage. Like you never catch up. It'd just be such a waste of time. Like it's not like some speed run thing. It's optimal play as a player. I don't speed run. I don't know how you would call it. I freestyle when I go and I play. I just run in, beat the shit out of the boss. I know my certain locations. I'll go if he's at a certain location. That's it. I'm not like here. Okay, I don't know. It's not speed run. It's just, to me, seconds matter. Seconds in World are 100 damage, basically. So every 3 seconds, that's 300 damage in my head I could have been doing, easily. If not 250, right? If you want to take out a few seconds like animation swings or something. But either way, right? That's damage I've lost over time that I know mentally that I've lost. Like, it's not a speedrun thing. It ain't to me. It ain't. I just want to beat every monster as fast as possible. I just want ruthlessness on them, bro. That's all I want to do, man, with the Glaive. You can't do it with this dude. On top of that, you're making people try to play ground with charging. You're forcing people incentivizing people, or I keep saying the wrong word, encouraging people to do it, because you have that little weird charge you do for 3 seconds, the 1 second animation. Then you have the other one, which is, what is it called? Strong Descending Slash, which is it's the one that charges you into Tornado, right? But it's just like, and then Descending Thrust Charge. But it's just, those two are forcing you grounded on top of LT Harvest, which is grounded, or LT hit YB to be able to get a harvest. That's ground play off the gate. That's another, it's just, it isn't hard to get extracts with Insect Glaive. Like, it's not. I feel like this is what's the problem, because LT Harvest is what's the big issue here, in my opinion. This is what ruins the weapon entirely, and there's a few other things, which is charging. You don't need this. You can keep the tornado, and that's it. Yeah, keep the tornado. Maybe Strong Descending Slash. Maybe. I'd have to test it, right? I'd have to play with it. But I'm not the Glaive master, but it's just for me to like it, right? But yeah, no. Kinsect right now, he's just there. I mean, I've read all the comments on, y'all's videos, famous YouTuber videos, my own videos. People think the Kinsect's good. It's not. What do you see that I don't see? What part? Because what I see is the Kinsect's on your armor until you hold LT, hit Y or B to get a mark to harvest extract. He may twirl out those 2 times, chew away stamina, and then then you would want to harvest extract. Like, Then he'll come back to your arm like a mini crossbow, work into a tornado. You would never mark. He would never capitalize his attack on his attack type, dust, or his auto attacking at all. At all. Yes, it's in the game, but you'll never do it because it's not the optimal play right now. And it's just the way the weapon's running is you can't really fully do it whenever tornado sucks them in, because it does. Like, you literally can mark all that good stuff. There goes the marking play, right? You can't ground play, like, just because you need triple buff to do anything, right? Because it's to the next point, right? You need triple buff to do anything. You can't have just red buff anymore. Red, white, red, orange. You need triple buff. But even then, why are you wildly swinging then when you should be tornadoing? It's the better option to do. You wouldn't even charge. It'd be so slow. Like, just. But we need triple. You can't even twirl without triple buff, dude. Unless didn't see the video, I could have swore I've only seen it where like people have just bounced with just red or white, red or orange. I haven't, like, in wilds. Like, I'm serious. So that too could be a thing. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm 95% that I haven't seen it yet. So, but it's just like, dude, why? Why are we locked behind this again? Knowing how much we do struggle when we ain't got buffs, right? But I know people are like, that's why LT Harvest is there. He needs to go though. That's the problem though. It's bad. It's bad. But you need triple buff to do anything. The wildly swing, to bounce, or to twirl, all that stuff. You can bounce, but you can't twirl. So the bounce is fine, whatever. But even then, it's just like, why? Which leads me to here, right? We're going to charging. Why? Yeah, we're going here.
Overhaul is the Lance. As Togeda said, we received a lot of feedback during the open beta test, and to be honest, one of the largest reactions we got was that the Lance isn't embodying its concept as a weapon.
Sure. Are you ready for the next one?
That can immediately prove to be on par with the legacy variants. If you think about the last two editions, the Insect Glaive and Charge Blade, they too have had 10 years of evolution.
Yeah, I was about to go on a rant. Yeah, Yeah, they sure have. They sure have with charging. Why? It just slows the weapon down. You're slow, sluggish. There's a plethora of other charging weapons in the game. I could have played them. Glaive shouldn't have went charging. It should have went faster. Wedge beetles, buddy. Wedge fucking beetles, dude. That's all you needed. Make it faster. It could be so much faster. You ready for this? You ready? Because this is what you've advertised, remember? As well. Remember this? What does this translate to? Light-footed, graceful, flexible. The slight connection to airiness. To movements, so we're fat. Where's graceful and flexible to charging? Because we can move while doing it. That's it. With great mobility from GU. By the way, this game, or I think it's Ultimate 4. But either way, this Insect Glaive has more mobility in it and looks more fun to play than Wilds, dude. That's why I said I was gonna go play this one. Let's keep going, right? Oh, we skipped over one. Where's my other video? Oh, I skipped over my other video. Where's that? Oh, yeah, we're still here, though. Now, where'd it go? Let's get rid of it. No. Here it is. Yeah, it's still here. Let's watch this. Right, you ready? Then we went to Facebook, right? Look, Facebook, Take to the Skies with all aerial video, right? Which I don't know why he did that, by the way. Whoever does the Insect Glaive trailer, dude, y'all need to seriously show more dang twirling and descending thrust than you do grabbing on and hitting Y. That Y button's just so boring, dude. We know it does mounting, but... See, a change that needs to come for Insect Glaive is another one. You remember what happens when you have white-orange or white-orange? Basically, anything without red. And you hit Y, right? You know how you just fall out the sky and hit Y? It had the random mount buildup. Well, maybe if you're lucky for the one hit, maybe it might be fucking massive. Who knows? But it's never been used by me. Maybe purposely that many times, if not 5. If I'm lucky, accidental a few times. But it's just, I don't ever want to use that skill. It's useless, right? Let's get into it. Next. Watch this shit. Hang on. Watch, y'all ready? Watch this shit. Y'all even had an unlisted video. I said to go to my own videos to find these two, by the way.
Anybody found this one before? Anybody see this unlisted, by the way?
Yep.
Watch this one.
Insect Glaive.
Watch this.
The ace of the air.
What? The ace of the air. The ace of the air is what you said. Okay, let's keep going. You ready? Ace of airborne combat. The Insect Glaive excels in aerial hunting tactics with a combination of a nimble staff. Oh, this is on World, is a fast fluid weapon, right? And on top of that, here's a crazy little tip right here for everybody that I love, which y'all took away in Rise and in Wilds, right? This can also be used basically for to evade sweeping attacks, to reposition, chase down a monster, all that good stuff, which is very fucking true, dude. It can just get you fix your problem. Yes, I understand you can like do it mid twirl now, which is pretty neat, but that was the repercussions to the twirl now to the player, right? You had to, you had to risk that twirl, where I really going to fully commit to this. Now you've allowed us to get out of it, which is fine, whatever. I enjoy it, right? But it's just, I don't like the fact that we have to charge it though. It's dumb. It's dumb. But it's just, this is what it was mainly used for, right? As well, on top of the massive amount of damage. It can also be used for this, which was just taken out, man. The bee's charge just slows it down, man. Slows it down. There's so many dang videos on YouTube that show this, man. I don't know why y'all ain't watching them, man. Go watch them. That's what y'all should be doing. Just like the government's doing now, where they're getting they're actually encouraging influencers to come into the White House now, which they're trying to get to the people, like, come on, come see us, right? Like, hello? I'm not being a dick. I love y'all, I promise. Right, but here it is, right? But here it is for Wilds as well. You take to the skies like you did for Iceborne, right? And then on top of that, your website, right? Vault in the air, perform jump attacks at will. Where does it say at any point in time that we have to charge the weapon? And on top of this, when we click on the video, watch within the first 5 seconds of the video. Here, we'll keep moving my mouse around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So you advertise the twirl in the first 5 seconds of your video. So where are you embodying the version of Insect Glaive now? Where's that? That's my question. Where? Where's the bouncing? It's there, but it's not going to be used. Charging's at it now. Why? We're never going to use it, ever. It's a useless attack. It's a useless. Like, the only one is strong descending slash, but even then, you're not really doing that when you're doing the tornado. But maybe if they're on the ground when you want a ground pound, but even then, you don't want a tornado, because guess what? When you get to a certain height, you're going to jump higher than the bosses on the ground. So you're like, it's too late, man. I called it. Man. It's too late. Glaive's effed right now. It's just, you have like 3 or 4 things you're trying to throw into one weapon, man. It's not working. Focus mode entirely, in my opinion, on Glaive right now cannot work. That's just me, because you're always forced to be on the ground the LT harvest, unless for some reason Tornado creates some art, but I cannot remember. But that's what the beta's for coming out. I'm still going to play this beta, but I'm not going to play Wilds, right? So. But it's just because I want to. There's a few other things I got to test, like the why that spirals downward. I could have swore I saw a video that I had one of my other videos. It only hit 2 times down a big-bodied boss, right? In World, it hits like 4 or 5 times. So did they nerf that too? I got to double check it again. I got to hit a test dummy this time, or whatever I can find. So maybe some more wall ground and stuff like that. But it's just, this weapon is just wrong right now. It's so wrong. You're better just taking it out, in my opinion. But this is just me. Other people love it. I don't know how y'all love this. Maybe y'all do love the fact that you can just LT harvest in a tornado all the time. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe you didn't like the fact that you had to get your extracts that way. But that's the way how you're supposed to play the Glaive. Is the way I play it. You're literally supposed to run around, RT down, mark, play fluidly. You don't stop and hit LT, YB all the damn time. You can do it every once in a while, sure. If it's really fast and you can get them really quick, fine. But normally you just want to do it that way, man. Like, I see so many people hold LT and hit Y or B on Xbox to get their colors like really slow. They'll struggle getting the same one. I'm like, don't do that. Just jump RT, mark the location, just spam, wait till he gets it, suck it in, then manually control real quick if you're on the head for red. If you don't only get white or slices. Glaive is so easy to play, man. People just played it wrong, and I feel like that's what's going on. We're fixing it because people just played it wrong. No one put the time and effort in like I did. Maybe people did. I have yet to see anybody have as many runs as I do, or anybody talk about Glaive as much as I have, right? So I just see the same cookie cutter response I've seen through all the history I've looked, all the YouTube videos I go through, but no one's really played the weapon, obviously, if they don't see this. Like, there's no way this is a good idea for Glaive, and you guys love this. There's no way. Descending thrust is locked behind a charge now, which is, it's cool that you can do it mid-twirl or whatever, like you can interrupt yourself like do whatever, but I don't like the fact that you have to charge it. I don't to use it. Why aren't we charging it while using it? While we're holding B, there's a bar going up and we have to get to a certain point. It sounds gimmicky, but I mean that would make more sense than charging it to use it. That means it just feels like an old PlayStation game. Like what am I doing? Like I should be tapping, like combos. That's what Glaive is, fast agility, right? Like I just showed you, right? Like just. And why is it always locked behind something these past few generations, man? Rise is that way. Wilds is this way now. They're going to push this even more because they're headstrong on it, man. They're headstrong on it, especially their realism too. Like, man. But here's like the real big issue too, by the way, is LT Harvest into Tornado is going to be your endless loop. You have two of them too, by the way. You have the one that creates marks, or the one that creates marks to be able to use LT Harvest or whatever, and the one that doesn't require marks to harvest, right? So you have the one that you need marks to harvest with, and the one without it, right? The one without it just needs to go entirely. It's just way too strong. I don't know why you're allowing players to get extra access like candy, man. That's why it's going to LT Harvest, LT Harvest, LT Harvest, LT Harvest, and Tornado, all day. I'm gonna keep going. Sorry, I got confused. My nose itching. You need to fix it, right? So the one without marks needs to go. The one with marks needs to be slowed down where it can only be activated after a tornado, right? So you have to get all your colors the manual way, because we have everything at our disposal that we did in World, which should be perfectly fine to get your colors, because I can do it within a second, literally in World, get Trill Buff in a second if you do it right, like if you do it correctly. Like, we got everything at our disposal except wild swinging red buff like we used to without triple buff now, right? Right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, that's it. So players should not be struggling if we put it behind the tornado. It can only be activated after, because it would make sense too, right? It's the risk and the reward. You sacrifice your tornado, or you sacrifice your triple buff with tornado, which isn't always guaranteed to refund triple buff, by the way. So, but can get you a color still, which you can play off of now still. That's even better. We used to not have an attack that used to give us a color, I mean, besides City Thrust Drill, you know what I mean? But it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it refunds it to you, though. Then after that, you get the reward of Harvest Extract, right? So then, boom, you get your triple buff back. Then you can, you can do it again, but that creates the endless loop, so you would have to do something else as well, because that makes another one. It just pauses the player, so they have to force them to get their buffs by themselves the first time. Then the second time, they could keep doing it right, but it's just even this, an endless loop that you need to fix, right? So that's why you just got to take it out entirely, give everybody back the regular everything, keep Tornado, take out Charging, maybe add stuff along the way, update the Kinsect more, but that's just me, right? But it's too late. I called it beforehand. I'm a nobody. Probably still this ain't gonna get nowhere still, right? I'm gonna be posting. I've even gone on Reddit a few times for a while, so for some reason it doesn't post my post. So I must have got banned or something, like my other one I had on there. I don't know, but God, man, it's wrong, man. This is gonna kill your weapon, bro. It's gonna kill the weapon. I know it is. Glaive isn't the game. It could beat the Greatsword any day of the week, man. The style it has, the look it has, everything. Especially when you went with the Dragoon outfit. Oh my God, dude. Why did y'all keep going that way? Especially with the animations, with the attacks and stuff later on in late game and the later versions, and your later generations. We could keep going along those lines, bro. The animations when you jumped with the Geobog was fucking sexy, bro. The sounds, like the blades and shit, it was sexy. But anyways, consuming troll buff now, which is a bad idea. The reason I say it because you have red, white, orange, which is attack, speed, jump height, and then of course you have armor, and now flinch free while your weapon's drawn, which is a funny one. I know why y'all did that, but we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But anyways, you're consuming them now. Like I said, LT Harvest and Tornado is the better option, no matter what you say. Yes, bouncing all is there, but if it does less damage than Tornadoing, Tornado is going to be your better option no matter what to play optimally. It ain't no speedrun thing. It's just you literally gipping yourself that way. Sorry, I know I shouldn't use that word, but it's that's what you're doing. You're hurting yourself big time. You cannot do that. So if you want to play Glaive efficiently, right? But anyways, I want to talk about Orange Buff now, how you have it where it has the weapon drawn, and I know why you did it. Because, yes, base flinch free stopped you from getting knocked around if, and only if, you were in motion of attacking. Only if. If you walked around, you got bobbled around all day. Bomblets, little chip damage, little minor swipes, which I call chip damage, which flinch free blocks some of them, not all of them, so you can actually fly, still even get hit. But there's not many, but we'll talk about it. But yeah, it's just... So you still could get knocked around unless you were in motion, right? In WoWs, they have it where now you can't get knocked around with your weapon drawn. So I'm pretty sure they did it for that charged attack that takes 3 seconds, because they know what was going to happen if you were sitting there charging for 3 seconds while the boss is flailing and your teammates are hitting him. You would just, damn it, So they had to have known to do that. But does this stop us now from getting knocked out of the air during the tornado? That's my question. You're very vague about Glaive, by the way. Can we please get an in-depth, people don't in-depth this thing. Because, if it helps us stop getting knocked out of the air, because I just now thought about while I'm talking. Because your weapon's drawn, you'll tornado, right? Your weapon's drawn. So that hopefully will stop knockbacks like it did in the beta. But we won't know that until we get the full version. But we won't play the full version because we're only getting this one. Here's the other piece that we're talking about, right? But we won't get it until the game comes out. Hopefully it does, because if it doesn't, remember, I was getting knocked out of the air as soon as I used my tornado immediately. As soon as I consumed them, literally not even a split of a second later, boop, right on my ass. They were gone. Done. I took that extra damage, everything, right? But you're still sacrificing that. Remember, you're sacrificing your armor, your speed, right? All that stuff, which is massive. Like, you can't, especially in game, it's massive. You cannot do this to people, dude. And then the damage on top of that, that's another thing. Do I lose the damage increase from the red buff when I tornado, or is it already calculated in the tornado, right? That's another thing. It's vague. I'm asking these questions, so help me. On top of that, like I said, we're a resource consumer. We're just consuming through our buffs like Candy now, do the most powerful attack in the game. I mean, people could be like, well, I'm not going to do that. Well, it's just like I said, switch axe and charge blade, just sitting on it, just swinging willy-nilly because you're just being arrogant and not intelligent there. You need to play the weapon it's supposed to be played. Not the, I'm not telling you this is a meta way. This is how the weapon currently functions. So yeah. Anyways, extracts fall off 3 to 5 times faster than an ice board. Have you ever noticed that? I found that out. I've looked at it. I watched it. I even have a YouTube video talking about it. What I mean by that, the blinking timer falls off 3 to 5 times faster than World. And World, you could play around this. It was such a great thing you could play around. Maybe people didn't like it. I did. Because what you could do is, for example, say I'm jumping around, RT, whatever, bugs like auto attack, and next thing I know, I see that my buff's about to fall off. I'm like, oh crap. So he starts I'm still doing my own thing. I pay attention to my bug as I'm doing my own thing. Next thing I know, I'm like, okay, he has white buff and white buff. Okay, let me manually control. Oh, I might get white orange buff. Okay, let him sit there. My bus finally fell off. Suck him in. Boop. Yeah, he's just sitting there, but guess what? He has a little bit of stamina to chew away with. He's just going to get it back when he brings it back to you. That's how you'd play off that. Now it's just, and I understand why, right? RLT Harvest Tornado. But even then, you would never ever even have to ever reach the end game of the extracts ever to see him blinking, because you would just LT Harvest Tornado. So why was this even a thing? You're just changing stuff for no reason, man. It's weird, man. Why? You could play around this. Experienced glaives can play around their extracts when they're about to fall off, dude. Easily. It's so crazy. I mean, sure, maybe one time that'd be great if they could fall off a little quicker sometimes, but not all the time, though. It would be so hard because you would have to be really on it. And what I mean is, why it's so bad as well. Here's an example why I'm even saying this. I have it in my YouTube video. The guy literally jumped in the air. His buff started blinking as soon as he jumped. He descending thrusted down. And literally 2 animations in, the 2 inputs into the tornado, they disappeared. He didn't get to do the strong descending slash. It fell off that fast. So you're gonna have that's bad. You don't want that. That's way too fast, right? So someone can't even fully do their animation from the full combo, right? If they wanted to, if they're blinking, you can't. So you could even ride them out to the end if you wanted to, right? So that's a problem, right? Strong descending slash. We need to talk about that for a second here. It's iffy, right? It's the one that leads you into the tornado, right? But you won't really be doing this unless the boss, unless the boss does some crazy, say for example, Volcana. I love Volcana. It's the perfect one to use. Say she does that rear back or whatever, where she rears back and she shoots the ice on the ground, a little circle, like the breath or whatever, really just breathes it and it builds up on the ground in a circle, right? That would be the perfect time to do a strong descending slash into a tornado, right? Because you have perfect time. She's there forever. Or whenever a boss locks himself into a breath or something. Once you learn bosses, because that's a big thing for Glaive is environment and bosses. You need to train yourself to study these things. The reason I say environment is because remember, Kestodons, the males are red, the females are orange buff, right? Gyros, you can get red and orange off them. Jaggers, you can get red and orange off them. What I'm saying is use your environment to your advantage. Walls, obviously, wall grabbing. Without Wedge Beetle, I wish Wedge Beetle was a thing, right? But it's just those, right? I'm off here. I went, but yeah, it's just. Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, study the bosses because they'll lunge forward like Volcana, because then you can read it. But remember, if it's like Art Temper, whenever she lunges forward, you got to be careful because that's when she does that jump back and does the breath and does the 5, 6 things or whatever that come out. Got to be careful. That's what she normally does when she lunges forward. Okay, so. Later on in the fight in Art Temper. So if you ever need a tip, that's a big one, right? In Art Temper Volcana, later on in the fight, once she's enraged and stuff and she's been hit by a boulder or two, anytime that she lunges forward, you need to stop, pause, and wait because she can jump back at an angle. It's left or right. I can't remember which way she goes. And she's going to throw out the 5 or 6 breath or whatever, the lines. You're welcome. It'll save you every time because it'll get you perfectly lined up. It'll make it where you can get yourself perfectly lined up in between them with your glaive. Just have it where you're already ready to go to jump towards your head. I always do jump and drill right in her face. I love it. She eats them. So, but this is just a situational thing, man. It's just, even then, I'd rather jump in the air because you have aerial increased damage, all this stuff. It's just, I don't know. I don't know still about this one. Like I said, I wish we had the full version, but like I said, we're just getting this, and this is what we're promised when the full game comes out. This right here, but we're only getting this. Just wall grabbing was in World and was amazing. You jump, grab walls, and climb them, and jump off them, and do damage, right? Which is pretty neat. I don't think we got a multiplier for that. Maybe we did. I don't know. If we did, we should be higher or do some extra cool attacks. But for some reason in Wilds, it's still there, but they made it where we can't climb walls anymore. The walls that I went to were in practice on were near where that the first frog guy. I call him the frog guy. You remember him? The first area where he dies, pretty much where he sleeps. Maybe right farther behind him was that little dip. It was like vines and stuff. I went back there and tried jumping on him, tried to climb him. Wouldn't let you climb him, but you added a new attack. Why? I mean, we're down to grabbing vines because I tried grabbing the rocks right there where the frog guy is. Both rocks. There's the lower one that goes to like the big hole. Then there's the platform where he's like beside. There are the rocks there. I tried to grab. You couldn't grab either of them. So what happened? So that's gone. Wall grabbing could have been the next feature for Glaive instantly. Wedge beetles were right there in your face. Everybody uses them whenever they go fight certain bosses. I even use them to jump off the RT down. You could use them to grab walls, hop off of real quick, all that good stuff. It's crazy. And what I say about wedge beetles is they would lose the auto attack feature and the dust feature, but they would gain a passive buff for you or you and your team of affinity attack, all that good stuff like the GU bugs did. Remember they had those big stat boosts or whatever they had? I don't know if it was for him or not, but it was just crazy to see it on him. I'm like, holy crap, I wish we had that, So if that's the case, it should be for you and your Kinsec, which, I mean, him could be just a one, because maybe we could grab the boss too, if it's for him. Maybe we could grab the boss, do one big hit, maybe 80 damage or something with our Kinsec to grab on, latch on, do damage, jump off type thing, create a mark, harvest extract maybe. But yeah, just ideas like that, right? But just grab walls would be amazing. Anything, grab any surface, I could grab a stalactite or stalagmite, whatever. I can't remember which one's with the ground or bottom. You know what I mean? I could grab either one. I grab the top tip of one, the top tip of the dot. It don't matter. Just something, man. Create environment. We created an environment at the beginning of the beta. We yanked down the pillar. Remember at the very beginning? Anybody play it when we running from the worms? Spoilers, right? That's what we did, so we can do that. Why can't Glaive do that? Because, I mean, even then, you showed a trailer of somebody grabbing honey that was a mile away, dude. Literally a mile away. So Glaive could have that as a feature. Come on now. But instead, we're going charging, right? So, all right, now we're on to the Kinsect. The Kinsect itself, right? We already talked about it a little bit, but we're losing out on auto attacking entirely. Attack type's gone, which is going to be blunt. Now, I mean, yes, he'll widely swing, and I know you can do combos when they run around you, but you're not going to be doing that with incentivizing people to twirl now. All that stuff's neat and cute and all, but people aren't going to do it. I'm going to be in the air jumping down on people, man. It's going to be so much more efficient in damage output, man. It's just going to be wasting your time for flashiness. You can't do that, so... But anyways, it's just the way the weapon currently is being played, we're losing out, or functions properly. Because you can go ahead, wildly swing all day, but I guarantee you your kill times are going to be 10 to 15 minutes, and my kill times are between 4 to 8 minutes, guaranteed. Just because, not even 8, it'd be 4 to 7, depending on the boss, right? So yours could be 10 to 20, depending on, or not 15 to 20, depending on the boss. Mine will be 4 to 8, right? It's just there'll be that much difference in time. It's not a speed run thing. It's just playing efficiently saves time, dude. Every second is 100 damage to me, dude. Especially in game, it's more. It's this small early game, but late game is this big, right? I've done the math when we lost twirling and stuff. Everything is just so massive, right? So losing out on the attack type, dust, all that stuff is just massive. The amount of damage you can be rewarded for the amount of times you can stagger the boss is insane. Let alone if he was a parabug on top of that for dust, so you get the stagger damage on top of you eventually get a para. It's just crazy, dude. Because even dusts aren't being used, right, for auto attacking and dust, because you won't be marking. Sure, you can rotate on the ground, but remember, you're going to work into the tornado because it's the strongest attack in the game. Why else are you sitting on it? There's no reason to. You're wasting your time. You don't want to wait. Don't do that. You don't do that, right? But yeah, so anytime you mark, you're just going to suck, man, whenever you tornado. It's just, you can't. And then for you to even do anything, you have to have harvest extract. Go harvest extract. You're sitting on your buffs. You're wasting time. You need to consume these. The 600 damage you're sitting on for 5 seconds. There goes your DPS down. Okay, now you use it. Here goes you're hurting yourself, man. It's just to play efficiently. It's not a speedrun thing. Play the weapon efficiently. I play my weapon efficiently. Or try to. I'd say I play like 85, 90% efficiently. I fuck up still my drilling. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I just don't care because I know what I mainly want is, because he's a blunt bug, he's not going to do much in drilling, but it's still good to do it. But what I mainly want is just to RT that head. Get that mark on that head as much as possible, that blunt bug. It's all I want. All I want. So Sever's fine, but that's if you're like you capitalize on drilling. Perfect. That's all you, bro. I don't. I love the support aspect, and it just helps you out in solo play, so with blunt bug. So yeah. Anyways, drilling isn't being used as much and should be worked on. I feel like sure you're descending thrusting and drilling, but I feel like the descending thrust was nerfed for one. That's just me, and the drilling I felt like was just really clunky. It felt like it wasn't drilling properly. I may be weird about it. I don't know. I didn't like it. And on top of that, a lot of times you won't be doing it, especially if you do LT Harvest Tornado, right? I mean, yeah, you'll do the occasional twirl, descending thrust, right? But other than that, you won't really be drilling. Again, it's just how the weapons build. It's not me. I mean, yeah, like I said, you can play it that way. Go ahead. Play the other way. Go ahead. But you're just hurting yourself, dude, on damage, man. I promise you. I promise you. Reach-in timers for your bug is way too slow. Why is it that? Why does it? I mean, people like regens. The only time I've ever seen a regen was when he was out of combat, and it was super, super slow. Why? When he's always on your arm, he should be regaining his energy all day, bro, like in World, if he's on your arm. He's not doing anything. The only time you get stamina back is whenever you harvest extract or whenever you just manually control, throw him out, and get a color back. That's the only time he gets stamina back. Why? Why? He doesn't do anything. He literally sits there until you hold LT, hit Y or B, harvest extracted. Then you'll work into a tornado. That's it. And he'll come out in the tornado. Then you'll harvest extract without a mark if you really wanted to, right? Like then he'll finally get used against Suckerman. Like you'll never use him if the weapon's played properly, right? So a lot of people don't know how to play Glaive. I mean, because you need to learn how to play it, But I guess this is why we have LT Harvest, because people just don't know how to get their extracts properly, which was just guaranteed color bug is all you need. There was the solution, if anything, from Rise. That's all you needed. That's all it was. Like, come on, man. So, anyways, we're done with the Glaive now. If you want to go, thank you for coming. Thank you. That was all for the Glaive. I mean, this is more here about realism now, since you guys are pushing it really freaking hard on us. So we're going to get into that. So be ready. Oh, man, I can't wait for this one, man. I can't. I love how, we decided to add, beat this up. We decided to add a 5-second stun to players now when they're upswing, by the way. Flinch free doesn't block upswings at all. At all. None. Zero. Nil. The only thing you possibly could have done to an upswing was, as Glaive was, yes, you can respond to it, right? But remember, late game Glaives run one flinch free, right? So you can't respond to it. So you would have to run either red or white or red or orange buff. That's how you get away with it when you want to run flinch free, right? So you have your base flinch free and you have flinch free 1, 2, and 3, right? So to get away here is so weird. Flinch free is so weird. So here it is. Base flinch free, then you have flinch free 1, 2, and 3, right? So base flinch free, you can respond to upswings, right? But if you have base flinch free, because Triple Bug uses base flinch free, then you have flinch free 1 on, upswings, you get hit, you can't respond to them, right? But if you have flinch free 1 on with red or white or red or orange buff, you can respond to them. I don't understand, but you can get trimmered, wind buffeted, and all this stupid. So you have to sacrifice something still. But it's just like, why is it in the game, dude? Why? Why is it okay for a player to hit me and punish me for 5 seconds? Now, Glaive, I won't be. I can respond to it, all this stuff. But the fact of the matter is, unless I flinch free on, then I can't. But it's just this. We're suffering, bro. Other players are gonna suffer too. It ain't gonna just be Glaive. Like, this is on. Like I say, this ain't just Glaive now. It just that isn't fair to the other player. Like, for example, I have to either A, go to the other side of the head of the boss, which a lot of times doesn't help because I'll still get hit through the boss, or 2, I have to go to the less sweeter spot location if they choose the sweet spot, like, which is normally the head, where people should be anyways, which is, I guarantee you, the same situation in WoWs, but yet you're encouraging people to do this focus mode gimmicky mechanic. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just... It's just so crazy. It's not fair to the other players, man. It's not. I understand you want realism, make it real, but if this is the case, I mean, Superman dive should protect you from everything. That's not real. I mean, if that's the case, shit. Hey, who wants to go outside and throw a Molotov cocktail at me so I can dodge it real quick? All right, like throw it directly at me. It's not going to hit me. It's going to go through me, right? Voltage doesn't kill you. Like Namil literally vaporizes fucking water. Like, so that doesn't kill us. Okay. Doesn't stop our heart. Like, okay, Phaetos' breath doesn't incinerate players when they want to make that little cheeky play of blocking his breath when there's a player behind him. They would turn to ash. Oh, but it's got magical defense. Oh, please don't give me that bullshit. Oh, where's the charged one? Oh, where's the charged one? Okay, fine, whatever, fine. All right, whatever, right? Wind pressure, then. You can't play against it. No one can play against any boss that flew. Could you imagine the amount of wind pressure it created? We couldn't run around like steel beams. We all would be off balance of the amount of wind it would create under our feet or at us, man. Dragons swooping down like this, dude. The amount, it would pull them towards us too, by the way. Like, bosses are so heavy, by the way. So whenever like Kultaroth or whoever does a pummel or a body slam, you're dead. You're splat. You're fucking paper, bro. Like dead. I'm the strongest motherfucker in the world. Like that type shit. Like, you ever seen that video? Look that up. Look up the strongest motherfucker in the world. That's the funniest shit in the world, man. Like, if that would happen to you, you'd be dead. They not, like I said, they swing hard too. The little pummels, boom. You know, like Kultaroth does too. Like, you know, like I'm telling, like it would kill you. Run around naked in cold areas and not freezing to death. Well, I mean, I got a hot drink on, but the character's not wearing anything warm though. So how's the character staying warm? Oh, just because the hot drink's on. I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. Like, just that doesn't happen in real life, bro. I can drink a hot chocolate and go out there butt ass naked at like 15 degrees. My little ding-a-ling gonna disappear, and my nipples gonna be hard nothing. They're gonna turn to purple. They're gonna fall out. Like, it ain't gonna matter, dude. Unless I take the hot chocolate and pour it on myself, and even like 5-10 seconds later, I'm gonna freeze to death. Like, you know, we're pushing something silly on it, and it punishes Glaive hard, bro. It does, man. There's so much stuff that can hit us. It's not even fun or fair. I feel like bomblets are one. Helm breakers from longsword can knock you out the air if you don't run flinch free. Descending thrust from other Glaivies can. You can just be knocked out of the arrow with upswings, you know, which I have. If you have flinch free, you cannot respond to them, which unfortunately you can't just take it off every freaking time because a player, you know, you run into a switch, you know, someone that can do it to you, right? It's just that would be so ridiculous, man. So it's just too much, man, for realism, man. To me, I understand people like, well, it break the game. Well, I mean, they're just cherry picking what they like, though. Do you really want to get punished and get hit for 5 seconds? Literally, go watch it. It's not a fucking joke. It looks like you literally got stunned with the stars above your head from whenever the boss does it. Literally. Like, it's crazy. I'd rather the old one where I could slap on safe landing, the perk safe landing, and use acrobat, bro. Like, not the food buff. Safe landing is acrobat. There is the food buff too, but there's also the perk safe landing is acrobat in one. Like, plus acrobat. Like, there's 2 of them. But yeah, it's just, I would rather have that and slide off it, fine, but I can't even do this in wilds. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't. You hear my tummy's growling. I'm hungry. I don't. But thank you for coming, though. It's like, we're done now, though. It's just, that's it. You know, hopefully I gave people a little, oh shit, okay, we need to do something. Like, hopefully. If not, I guess it's just me. It's fine. But yeah, thank you for coming. I'm gonna head out. Hit the like button, all the good stuff. Like I said, we're pushing for the full version of the beta at the very on this February launch. Please. If not, it's whatever. But anyways, check out my YouTube videos, all the hypes, all the good stuff, rants, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/xmygttv. I play on weekdays, all that good stuff. I'm not today. I should be, but I'm making a video, so I've been working on one for a little bit. So be ready. I'm out. Peace out. I'll make another one. There will be. Once the beta comes out, I will play it. Or if they make an updated, or reply to me, who knows? But if they make a updated version, fine. I'll bring the update. Fine. If not, I'll make a video about what I found and what I'm talking about again. Or if not, just rant one more damn time, and then I'll be done. Right? But yeah, I'm out. I love y'all. Thanks for coming. Peace out. Be safe.